What's up, sports fans? I'm Casey James with this Major League Baseball postseason report. And you know how I do it. And if you don't, you better ask somebody. What an ending we're having to this baseball season. It has been awesome. The regular season goes down to the final day, game 162, to decide the wild card in the AL and the NL. And then the postseason has been off the charts. The Yankees, the best team money can buy, knocked out by the Detroit Tigers. And then the Philadelphia Phillies, the second best team money can buy, and the team with the best record in baseball, knocked out by the St. Louis Cardinals. The Texas Rangers, for the second year in a row, take care of business, and they send Tampa Bay home early on vacation after Adrian Beltre went Reggie Jackson on them. 3 home runs in game 4, again, to handle Tampa Bay and send them off packing. And in the National League, the series that I really love to watch, that was a great matchup between Milwaukee and Arizona, the Diamondbacks and the Brewers, two of the best young teams in the game. First-year managers Ron Renicky and Kirk Gibson matching wits and strategy, and it went to the max game 5 down in extra innings. Nigel Morgan's base knock in the bottom of the 10th sends Milwaukee to the NLCS and their first postseason series win since the days of Harvey Wallbangers back in 1982. So it has been a fantastic postseason. It's only getting better. It has been ridiculous. And Texas is really showing why they are such an outstanding team because they are the best offensive team left in the postseason. They were the third best run scoring team in baseball, and these guys are loaded. They can rake. You look at Ian Kinsler, Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, Mike Napoli, Adrian Beltre, who I mentioned before, and then now Nelson Cruz has become the new Mr. October, only player ever in Major League Baseball history to hit a walk-off granny. He did that in Game 2 to lead them to a 7-3 win, and then he comes back in Game 4 and hits a 3-1 run yak in extra innings to win that game and send them to a 3-1 lead. Only player to ever hit 2 extra inning, walk-off, game-winning type home runs, and it has been Nelson Cruz and that team. I even mentioned Elvis Andres, and that team. They are just offensively. Nobody can stop them right now, and I see them. They are going to win this series. I say they'll win it in 5, even though Justin Verlander is going in Game 5 for the Detroit Tigers. He hasn't been the same dominant, unhittable pitcher that we saw during the regular season. And again, the Rangers are on a roll, and I think they'll handle it in Game 5 and get to the World Series for the second year in a row. In the National League, this is a war. It's a grudge match. These two teams, the Cardinals and the Brewers, both come from the National League Central. They don't like each other. Bad blood has spilled over onto the field during the regular season, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of it in the postseason. Of course, the Brewers, a young, talented team I talked about a moment ago, and they've got that 1-2 punch in Ryan Braun, who will probably be MVP of the National League, and Prince, I carry a big whooping stick fielder. Those two guys are just so dominant and tough to stop. And then don't forget about the man with the Cardinals who's got that free agency hanging over his head. He can still get it done, like having 5 RBI in game 2, and that's the machine, Albert Pujols. Plus, the Cardinals have outstanding pitching, and Tony La Russa, the old cagey veteran manager, knows how to put his guys in a position to win. So that series, I say, is going to go to the max, 7 games. But I like the Brewers because they have a little bit more offense and the way they play, freestyle, free-willing, and you can't beat them in Miller Park for the most part. Best record in baseball at home was the Milwaukee Brewers. So I think it's going to be the Texas Rangers and the Milwaukee Brewers in the World Series in the Fall Classic coming up in about a week and a half. And I will break that down all for you too when we get there right here on the Major League Baseball postseason report. I give you the 411 and I keep it real because you know how I do it. And if you don't, you better ask somebody. I'll see you next time.